Hey guys, alright, so we'll get right to it. Chapter 1165 is titled Reverberations, and we have the cover page request of Beppo sleeping peacefully using Zeus as a pillow, and this is by PN Match and Takeshi. So now we have a short summary, and then we'll go to the long one. The remaining Rocks pirates and Roger pirates make their escape from God Valley. Garp and Roger, they team up to fight Rocks, initially struggling to bypass his defenses. When the Marines evacuate, Emu orders for all records of God Valley to be kept secret. Garp and Roger decide that only a critical mass of Supreme King Haki will be enough to deal damage, so they launch their combined attacks against Rocks, ultimately defeating him. Now we'll go into the long summary here, where it was pretty much a pretty sad, heartbreaking chapter. But after confirming they both heard the same thing somehow, Garp and Roger begin fighting the demonized Rocks, fully acknowledging that Rock's actions are contradicting his tearful expression. All three unleash powerful hockey attacks, but neither Garp nor Roger are able to land any lasting damage on Rocks, as he easily blows them away into what is left of the island's mountains. While at the same time splitting the skies above, Kyo orders some men to help him steal Rock's ship and escape the island, knowing that Rocks will not return. Shiki also confirms that today marks the end of the Rocks pirates. Both Garp and Roger order their men to leave to without them once they all are safely on board their respective ships, promising to return no matter what. As they throw off their coats, Garp and Roger both lament over how things did not go exactly as planned for the both of them, as Garp wanted to arrest both Roger and Rocks, while Roger just wanted Shaki and some treasure. But now, with Rocks rampaging like this, the two had no choice but to work together to take him down. Garp dodges Rox's sword strike while Roger knocks him into the wall of a mountain. As Garp grabs Rox's foot, he asks if there is any way to turn him back to normal as he flings him away, while Roger yells to Rox to wake up. Gloriosa decides to hitch a ride with the Roger Pirates, while elsewhere, Linlin tells Kaido that he owes her the rest of her life for stealing the Yu no Mi Marusaru dragon. Now, Kaido rejects this, saying he simply got to it first. Kaido announces his plan to establish a crew where violence is everything, but Linlin declares he will never surpass her. Before they parted ways, Linlin assured Kaido she will collect what he owes, with Kaido retorting that he will be waiting to crush her then. Newgate, meanwhile, meets a man named Polo Graham, who tells Newgate he is a big fan of his and offers his team up with him since he has no ship to get on, but Newgate brushes him off. As for Dragon, he ends up holding his squad captain at gunpoint, demanding he let some civilians on board, even going so far as to execute anyone who disagrees with him. Once everyone is on board Roger's ship, though, Rayleigh and Gabon head back for their captain, while Emu, still possessing Saturn, leaves God Valley, demanding that they treat the island as having never existed in the first place. Following this day, which became known as the God Valley incident, everything regarding the event, from the people who participated in the native hunting competition to the location of the island to even the number of casualties, was completely erased by Marine Base G11 and CP6. And the incident was labeled S level top secret classification. As Roger and Garp's battle with Rocks continued, God Valley's other mountain crumbles, and Roger asked Garp if he knew anything about Emu, whose vile existence goes against what the world government stands for, in his opinion, to which Garp agrees with. Roger tells Garp that if he wants to quit the Marines, he will welcome him onto his ship, but Garp refuses, saying he needs to protect the weaker Marines. Roger then tells Garp that Armament Haki can counteract Devil Fruit powers, and during this whole fight, he has been using Supreme King Haki, which makes him think he has been damaging Rocks. Garp confirms that This is true, but states Rocks countered with his own Supreme King Haki, which canceled each other out. As such, Roger believes that the only way to defeat Rocks is to increase the mass of Supreme King Haki that they both emit, or they will never be able to beat him in a battle of attrition. Of course, Roger knows doing something like that will deplete them of their stamina with the real possibility that they might die. But Garp knows that if they do not do this, they will die anyways. As I stand up, Garp yells to Rox that he does not know what happened to him, nor does he believe anything he says. He will console him. But what he does know is how frustrated he feels over his lack of control. Roger and Garp then unleash an extremely powerful attack that finally puts an end to Rox. The narration reveals that the world government did their best to cover the incident completely, but Rox, his demise, and the existence of the volatile crew he formed cast unforgettable echoes onto the world that would shape it into what it is today. So, just some quick chapter notes. Garp and Roger, they fight off the demonized Rocks. The sheer amount of Haki released by the combatants is destroying what is left of God Valley. Both Garp and Roger tell their respective subordinates and crews to leave the island immediately and without them. Roger, Garp, declare a truce until Rocks is defeated. Shiki officially declares that the Rocks Pirates are disbanded. As the Roger Pirates escape, Gloriosa asks Copper Gabon if she can tag along. Linlin tells Kaido that his theft of the Yu no Mi Saru Dragon puts him in her debt for life, but Kaido, he merely dares her to come and collect it. Jaded, Kaido declares his intention to start a crew where only power and brutality matter. Shrewson urges Linlin to leave with the remaining treasure. The disbanded Rocks pirates gather their treasures and start fleeing from God Valley. While leaving, Newgate encounters another pirate named Polo Graham, who declares his intention to form a crew alongside Newgate. Graham strongly resembles an older Marco. Gil Bastar is revealed to be a previous holder of the Horo Horo no Mi. Dragon forces the Marines at gunpoint to help evacuate the surviving civilians. Emu, still possessing Saturn as they evacuate, orders all records on God Valley to be destroyed. The narrator informs that all the records contained by CP6 and G11, including the names and the inhabitants, the location of the island, and its size, the casualties numbers, all of that was purged. As Garp and Roger start losing their battle, Garp expresses his disgust of the world government itself. Roger invites Garp to join his crew, but Garp refuses, as without him, nobody would protect the Marines themselves. Rayleigh and Gabon leave the Oro Jackson and run towards Roger's location. And last but certainly not least, Garp and Roger focus all their remaining Haki into one powerful attack that manages to defeat Rocks. So this was just a awesome, great chapter, guys. 10 out of 10. Thank you, Oda, for always coming through with a 10 out of 10 chapter. I should never, be this like chill about it, but really you always come through and I appreciate that. And, we could always like kind of like live out our childhood, because we could always kind of like have this, to tap into on a weekly or bi weekly basis. So, let me know what you guys think, man. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm a realtor, so if you guys need anything, just let me know. I'm in South Florida, so yeah, in the state or out of the state, just let me know. I'm glad to help. I hope you guys have a great and wonderful rest of your day. Take care.